A day in the life with my 100 pets. So, starting in the morning, I always get these kangaroos up and going because they are anxious to get up. I feed them their bottles, get ready, and you can see they are ready to go for the day. I put them into their little pouches and then go down and let the dogs out. We have 2 rescue huskies here at the house. I make my breakfast, which is always a smoothie, gives me lots of protein and keeps me going for the day. The kangaroos and I then head on over to the barn and I put them up into their rooms, hanging by their pouches. Then time for morning chores. Today I started with the goats, and then I went to the pregnant girls, and then I went to the mamas and the babies, just picking up the poop as we go along. This is Pirouette's pen. Pirouette has a little bit of an eye issue right now, so here I am giving her eye medicine. We then dump all the buckets, so into the skid loader go all of the buckets of poo, which then go down to the big manure pile. I'm cutting up here this huge sweet potato so that I can feed the porcupines. The porcupines absolutely love sweet potato. They're also getting some banana here. Going back in and checking on Ruby the Roo. It's time for her to get out and get some of that energy out. Here we are testing out some new products that we're going to put into our store, all things sheared. This includes rice wraps as well as non-paper towels. This day, I had to head over to our store in Stillwater, Minnesota, about 25 minutes a day. Here, we have Freshness in a Bottle, which offers fresh juices, as well as plenty of other alpaca goods. Drinking a green juice. My Aldi's trip for the day to get pig food and porcupine food. Doing a little work after checking on some of the animals. Here we are, time for afternoon chores. More poop to be picked up. Can you believe this is my first time ever driving a bobcat? Checking on all the animals, closing up the store, and then one last time through the barn, checking on everybody, feeding the porcupines corn for dinner, checking on the alpacas, and Taz the llama, Melman, the bunnies, the sheep, and finally picking up the kangaroo so we can head back over to the house. While we're heading over to the house, we check out Barney and Betty, our mini Highland cattle. The kangaroos hang out in the kitchen on the chair for a bit until it's time for bed. About 8:30, we start our bedtime routine, giving them bottles, letting them play a little bit in the hall, and then putting them back into their pouches, hanging them up for the night. It's a baby chick. Hi, Melman. Hi, buddy. Hi, Oliver. Hello. We have a big school group coming. Hi guys, join us as we do chores on this really shitty day. First things first, we're going to feed these chickens. They've been doing really great and giving us a lot of eggs. This one's going to do it now. We've got to get all that snow off of this aviary netting so it doesn't droop. Now we're going to feed these peacocks. Look at that handsome man. Next it's on to our mini cows. Boy, do they love hay. That's Barney, Wilma, and Betty. Melman, give me lots of morning kisses as I give him the water. Oh, he's such a love bug. Everybody went poo-poo in their barns and shelter. The wind last night was bad, so everybody wanted to stay out of it and then went poo-poo. They are barn trained, except for when it's windy. Look at these guys, all so excited to get their food. Who isn't excited for breakfast? That's Obsidian. Picking up the poop. This is Taz's pen. That's Mateo, the first alpaca we ever bought. That big boy right there, that's Taz. He's the only llama here and such a good-looking boy. More poop. This is farm life. These girls are Valais black-nosed sheep, giving them their hay. We got to test and make sure that they're pregnant. Fingers crossed. Look at this cute little one. These are our tiny goats. Picking up more poop. Now look at this sweeping method. This is Wilbur. He's one of our cooney pigs. He is not feeling good. So, taking care of him, giving everybody lots of hay. Everybody on the farm gets free choice hay. That's Folklore. She loves to dress up in costumes. She's giving me lots of morning kisses. Billy, the youngest alpaca. This is how we get rid of the poop on the farm. We take it in our bobcat and take it back down to the manure pile. Here I am preparing breakfast for the porcupines. That's Meredith, Izzy, and George. A day in my life with 100 pets in sub-zero temperature. As always, first thing in the morning, I greet these two kangaroos. This is Sydney and Ruby. I love these guys. While I'm preparing their drinks, they're always tussling around, bottle feeding them, getting ready myself. As you can see, it's -9, so we got to dress up today. So I have on my long johns, I have on my Eva shirt, I have on my Oliver sweatshirt, I have on alpaca socks that I'm actually double socking to make sure I'm nice and warm. Have on a thick triple jacket. I put on an alpaca headband and an alpaca hat and then nice warm gloves, and I'm ready to go out. These girls braved the cold and actually kept their head out the entire time on the way down to the barn, feeding all of the animals. Everybody's nice and hungry. These cold temperatures make everybody nice and hungry, so we have to make sure that we give them extra hay and extra food. The poop pickup is a challenge whenever it is these temperatures. The pee freezes almost immediately whenever it comes out. We do put sand down to make sure that the area is nice and safe for everybody. Everybody gets plenty of hay throughout the day. We have 6 places to get water throughout the barn, including at the house garage. Every single one of them is now frozen. So we have to go inside of the house to get water. Everybody make sure we get fresh water for everybody. Next comes these guys. These are the porcupines. They get to stay inside, so they're nice and warm, as do the kangaroos. Super fun time with the kangaroos. We check on everybody throughout the day constantly just to make sure that everybody is handling all of these cold temperatures just fine. The alpacas are actually doing really well. Everybody's staying outside, huddled up together, playing in the snow. Super fun. On the other hand, the goats are not a fan of the cold weather. Afternoon chores. Everybody is still doing really well. More poop pickup. Tons of that throughout the day. That's our hay, making sure that everybody has plenty of hay. And then we're feeding the chickens. The sheep get to go outside during the day, but then we do keep them in at night, checking in on the goats. They're definitely enjoying their hay. Look at those crystals on that mustache. Here we are, evening playtime for these kangaroos. They love to just play with each other, jump around all night. Then it's feeding time, 8:30, getting everybody ready for bed. Have a good one. A day in the life as the owner of Eagle Eye Farm. First things first, Ruby and Sydney excited to get out of their pouches after a long night. I'm making their breakfast, which is milk replacer. They are such good drinkers. Ruby finishes first. Then I let out the dogs. These are 2 Siberian Husky rescues. We've had them for about 5 years. They love playing out in the snow. Next, spending some time with Wilbur, one of our Kunu pigs. I have to do a restock today of all of our pig food and food for the porcupines, as well as for the kangaroos. I come back, look at this porcupine. They are just delightful. They love bananas, sweet potatoes, and corn. Next, headed off to the post office. We've had lots of orders lately from our store, All Things Sheared. Getting a quick drink from Freshness in a Bottle. Today it snowed, so checking on all of the animals. First the mini Highland cattle, then the juvenile boys. There's Kane clearing out some of the pens for all of these alpacas. This is our herd sires. The goats and the sheep stay inside. The sheep could be outside, but they prefer to be inside. Here we are with the mamas and the babies. Everybody's enjoying this cold weather. Look at those geese traveling to their ponds. 5 o'clock, time to pick up these kangaroos from the barn and take them back to the house. They're so excited to see me. So I'm going to put them into their pouches. That was Sydney and Ruby. So they climb right into their pouches. They're so excited to go back home. So Ruby and Sydney go in very easily into their pouches. This is my daughter, Berkeley. She and I are starting on a sourdough journey. This evening, we decided to play cards and do a little light, fun gambling. Sydney and Ruby certainly enjoyed that activity. Here we are trying to watch TV. We're watching the Beast Games on Amazon Prime. Sydney and Ruby are not such big fans of the show, but the rest of us are. 8:30, time for dinner. These kangaroos having their late evening dinner right before they head off to bed. A busy but fun, great day with the farm, family, and tons of fun. I hope you enjoyed. Come join me for a day in my life in 90 seconds as I feed my 100 pets. First up, the kangaroos. Oh, they're so excited for their morning breakfast. And look at these guys. Are they not absolutely adorable? Look at the sunrise. So beautiful. We're headed off to feed the alpacas. These girls are hungry this morning. Lots of poop pickup. Boy, those ladies sure were active overnight. Got to dump all that poop. We compost all of the poop that we get here at the farm. Filling up the water, making sure that everybody has plenty to drink. We fill up the water plenty of times during the day. Next is the porcupines. These guys love sweet potatoes. Here I am making sheep's milk soap. I love making soap. It's so much fun. Afternoon feedings, everyone. Look, there's Taz, the big llama, cleaning up after the pigs. Finally, taking the kangaroos back up to the house after a long day. Look at the beautiful sunset. The kangaroos love playing at night, hopping around. So much fun. Getting their evening bottles. So peaceful. Self-cleaning. They're wonderful at cleaning up after themselves. We have rescue dogs in the basement. Lots of vacuuming from all that hair. Finally, getting everybody settled in for bed. All right, ready, guys? There you go. There we go. guys ready for some food? Ever wonder what a day in the life of two adorable kangaroos looks like? Let's go to the barn and find out. They travel by pouch. They stay in their pouches for the first part of the morning, hanging out in style. It's time to get them out. Ooh, they have some energy to expend, but first, it's time to eat some hay. Oh, there's Sydney. She's not so certain about getting out of that warm pouch, but once she gets out, oh, she likes to hop around, and she also likes to eat hay. It's time for the hay ball. Who do you think gets the vast majority of the hay ball? Lunchtime. Yum, yum, yum. They love their bottles. Ooh, they have the afternoon zoomies running around. Hoppity, hoppity, hoppity. Look at all that energy. Look at that. Ruby just went through the tunnel, just like the champion that she is. A little bit more hopping around. Mama's here. They're so excited to see me after a long day. They hop into their pouches, and we head back to the house to take a little nap before our evening time hopping session. This is my nightly routine with my two kangaroos. So around 5 p.m., I pick these girls up from the barn. I put them into their pouches, and then we take the long trek from the barn up to the house. When at the house, I put them on a chair while I'm doing my work. They normally get a little bit of rest. And then we start our bedtime routine around 8:30. These girls love to play with each other and with my leg while I'm making their bottles. We then sit down and have the bottle. The kangaroos both take their bottles really well now. Sydney sits on my lap and Ruby stands up. Ruby is an excellent drinker and drinks really fast, and she always finishes first. She then gets some lovin'. Sydney gets to stay on my lap for a little extra snuggle time.
Let's go.
We're then off to play, and we go hopping, 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 and wearing ourselves out. And then it's time for bed. Into the pouches we go, and into the closet where they get hung up for the night. I clean up because there's lots of pee and lots of poo that happens right there in the bathroom. And then it's me time.